Hey everyone, Tina from the RVAR SOMLS office. Hey, we just wanted to film a quick video and answer some questions we've been getting about the hold status and the exclusion form and the marketing date and the listing agreement because it's created a little bit of confusion. The biggest thing where we've been getting questions is what is the hold status? It is not a new status. It is simply a name change from what you guys used to call withdrawn. There was a lot of confusion between what withdrawn and canceled, and so we changed withdrawn to hold to make it more clear that canceled is when you no longer have a listing agreement. Hold is when you still have a listing agreement, you're just pulling it off the market for a little while. So hold is not a new status, it's just a name change of what you used to call withdrawn. So that's probably the biggest question we've been getting that I wanted to answer. The rules around the exclusion form didn't change. You still need to submit an exclusion form if you're not going to be putting the listing in the MLS within 72 hours of the listing agreement being signed. The marketing date didn't really change that. The marketing date is added to the listing agreement for you and your seller to agree when the marketing on the property is going to begin. The rule is that the listing still has to be in the MLS within 72 hours of the contract being signed, not within 72 hours of the marketing date. So if your marketing date is more than 72 hours after the contract has been signed, you're gonna need an exclusion form. Or you have the option of putting it in the MLS and then immediately changing the status to hold. This allows other brokers to see it. It allows the offer of compensation to be in place. You don't have to have a photo because we created a photo coming soon JPEG that is now under the links piece in the MLS that you can use as the photo. And then you can get it in the MLS. You don't need the exclusion form. However, there are a couple of drawbacks to doing this that we just wanted to make sure you're aware of. You do have a minimal, very minimal risk because you can't put the listing in as hold, unfortunately. You have to put the listing in, submit it, and then immediately change the status to hold. So if you put it in, there is a very minimal risk that the syndication sites who pull data every 15 minutes, that your listing might get pulled in that few seconds between when you submit it and when you change it to hold, if that happens to fall in their 15-minute window. Like I said, it's a very minimal risk, but what I will say is if you're gonna do that, don't take a phone call between pressing submit on the listing and changing the status to hold. Do it immediately. And then the other drawback is that the listing, when you change it from hold to active, when you are ready to go active, it's not going to show up in the new listings on the hot sheet, it's going to show up in the back on market. So that is a couple of drawbacks to doing that, but it is an option if you want to use it. The days on market do not count while it's in hold status. Check my notes here. You won't need an exclusion form because it is now searchable in the MLS, which is what the rule is, and you'd be good to go. Like I said, and you could upload that photo coming soon JPEG link that we created as your photo, so you don't even have to have a bad first impression photo. You could just use that. And then when you get your photos loaded in from the professional photographer, then switch it to active. So just a few tips. If you have any questions about any of this, call us down at the MLS office. Anyone on the staff would be happy to try and help you, get you to the right people who can answer your questions. And I hope this has helped alleviate some of the confusion, and we hope you have a great day.